Thank you for enjoying your sweetest moments, merging timelines. I'm your host, Melly Mells, an angelic melody Melanie, the airy fairy mystic. Haven't decided if I'll post this video, so if I post it, more than likely I felt like I needed to because I'm unintentionally reading. Which could be a very good thing since there isn't a narrowed focus. There isn't a tunnel vision here. Just felt as though want to see what comes through for the collective. Overall reading, I always read for sun and moon signs. But lately I've just been doing collective spreads. Not in the mode just yet to do our solar rotation. But once we do, once I feel called to, I will start back the rotation within zodiac signs. I think we're waiting until after Libra season. Because we're still very defensive about our own shadows. Could be explaining ourselves to an authority. Some people it's a father, some people it's an employer, some people it is the Most High. Whoever you look to for guidance. So they're asking, what is your truth? What is your truth? Not theirs, not his, not hers, but your truth. About a time where you have stood still. Felt like they put you in a position to stand still or someone else did. There lies your truth, your own mental ship of chaos. So they want you to share that. Let go of the control, the need to. This reminds me of like holding a water hose and you know how you can play with it by forcing the water to spray in a certain way. This is reminding me of just letting it flow as it comes. Not being in control of how it is given. I see this within connecting with people that we're not looking to control because we don't want a specific reaction. I've been getting that. Been getting this message about the collective being seen as manipulative or being manipulated, or an external view of that would be an unshared respect of control or awareness. Neither one of those things are happening, but just cycling through us as we become more in control of our own reality and our mind's world. Naturally, we go to think, have we been manipulated? Who have we been manipulated by? And who saw this? Who bared witness? I feel to take that. Ace of Wands just wanted to come out. So we're now taking action to share our individual truth. And we've been doing this collectively. I've seen a lot of people do this on my timeline. I've seen a lot of people do this on YouTube. Or maybe I'm just connecting to more souls that are living in their openness, right? They want to die empty. They didn't come here to take any part of themselves to the next world because they don't want to come back to its existence. What's the future look like? What's the future look like? More rest. Seems like another shutdown for me. Another lockdown. Looks like another time period where the human collective will be giving periods of rest unintentionally. This time may last for 4 years to create mental change that we've already been studying. Somehow they will think that we have to block the connectivity. Once again, I feel like they'll try to block the way others communicate with one another in playful ways, like wearing a mask and focusing on something that is outside of them, that is an attack, when really it's just the attack of the mind. And the people who are actually telling them about it are the ones that are initiating the attack. This is giving that vibe again of someone throwing rocks and hiding their hands. What's our advice, collective? What is the advice? Move in another direction. They want you to move a different way. For example, if you talk a lot like I do, stop talking. That's just a simple way of doing it. Here comes the King of Swords again. They've seen you now, collective. At some point, if you'd felt like me, where no one sees me, nobody recognizes me, they see you now. Now it's a matter of playing hide and go seek with them. I'm sorry, I keep like feeling something. Feels like I have braces and there's something that I'm getting caught in. Maybe you are to come across closed off towards some people intentionally. I've been seeing that message too. I thought that I was closed off towards some certain family members, that I didn't have control over their mind. Again, not in a manipulative way, but in a healing way, because that's all the collective looks to do. Not be the healer of the collective, but of themselves, and just be a leader of the way it's done. Because everyone deserves that sense of empowerment to put themselves back together where they have been dismantled by another or by the conditions of the powers that be. All right, so we just received that in its entirety, and I do feel the need to take pause or some sort of gap in between in order to give space now for what's next to come, because we are going to be clarifying and taking our typical microscope view to what we have here on the board. Merging timelines, of course, from our past, present, future into our simultaneous existence, right? Just trying to put all those fragmented pieces of ourselves back together, okay? And we do this by understanding what is going on in our internal world and creating our external world. We give ourselves power to do this, collective. We give ourselves the power to do this. Tell me about what it is that we don't see about ourselves. Oh, our enjoyment for some sense of competition. Now, I have to be honest with you, I've never really resonated in this realm. And I do stand by it. However, I'm going to internalize this in the next few days. I'll be open about that, because I don't think that I like to compete, but in some sense, maybe I do. So I ask you, just as I simply humble myself in this known Aquarian age of I know, let's think about how we maybe instill resonance of its vibration. Nine of Wands. We're a little bit defensive. And what are we defensive about, collective? Some things that we had to take a loss in, that we had celebrated in the times that we knew we were defensive. Oh, okay. So this is saying that, yeah, you do have to acknowledge the places that you intentionally put up a face that you knew wasn't authentic to your existence. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is you. Like, this is literally the mirroring, because here is the Nine of Wands, a whole nother deck came out to clarify itself. Yeah, you're defensive, all right. You're defensive about the times that you've celebrated, intentionally knowing that you should have walked away. And that's on us, okay? There's the avoidance of healing, age of Aquarius. They want us to move in that direction. Oh, yeah? You think you're getting farther away from it? No, you're only getting closer and closer to why it even started. Because time isn't linear, right? We're not moving away from the past. We're only getting very, 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 very intentional as we take a magnifying glass to our existence. This is saying that I'm not studying my external world. In fact, I'm studying my own cells, right? The parts of myself that are communicating within my vibration that make up again for what I experience, all right? Just a whole lot of accountability that's going on right here. That's all, because we love it and we love growing ourselves. It's the most abundant feeling, knowing that you're in control of your vibration and what it creates. So why not take a closer look? Ace of Swords. What are the truths that we need to face then, collective? What are some of the truths that we're needing to face? Can we look at that? What are some truths that we individually need to face at this time? Most High. Okay. Yeah. This is like taking a look at some places that we claimed that we didn't have the direction in. Okay, wow. That's really bad. So we claimed that we didn't have the map to the direction we wanted to go, when really we just didn't want to feel for it. Like, this is us as a collective knowing that half of the things that we just rush the process. That's what that is. Not honoring time and the process of the fruits of its labor. We weren't intentional, and then we didn't follow through the process because we weren't being intentional. We didn't give ourselves the time and space for its creation. It's like we were creating out of a scarcity mindset instead of a I trust the process mindset. And so that's the truth that we're coming into. That pretending that we didn't have the map when really we just didn't honor the way we wanted to feel. We were quite manipulative at times, collective. I really wanted to stay away from that idea, but it's back and here we are. Quite annoyed, if you can tell, but sometimes the truth comes through like that. You feel a bit of annoyance within its sentence. It feels very judgmental. The only reason why it can feel judgmental is because judgment does come with its sense of right or wrong, right? But doesn't mean that it has to be punished for the fact that it has taken place. Just the sheer acknowledgement and sense of awareness helps us ascend out of its character or recreation. Ace of Wands. Why is the Ace of Wands here? And what's the new sense of action we'll be taking for our time to come? We'll be less controlling people. Isn't that beautiful? We'll be people who know that a leader doesn't lead by the control that it has over those that follow, but a leader just has a sense of humbling itself and acknowledging where it has gone wrong instead of where the people have gone wrong, so that they can recreate this essence of looking outside of themselves and seeing the best in the external and seeing the need to grow internal. That's a very beautiful but hard way of doing it. I'm going to repeat it the best I can, but looking at something outside of you as if it is something that you want to become better for, versus, oh, I'm better than it. I need to prepare for when it will fail me type of situation. I hope you really get that message, because that one was really good. You know, that's really hard to see. Look around you and say, okay, the world is everything I need it to be. How can I better adjust myself? Haven't looked at it that way, but I guess we're here and we're in the new world. So we're better start looking at it that way. Again, there's a lot of accountability on the board. That's good to see. Four of Swords here for our future. Ooh, okay. All right. More illusion, huh? So we need to sit on the fact that there's a little bit more illusion going on than meets the eye. Well, there is. I mean, naturally, there's things that you've experienced, and there's always going to be things that you haven't experienced. But I think by going back to that past sense of awareness that we had of always looking to see the best in the external, I think that really does give a time and space of comfort. I don't know how else to say it as good as I see it, because I'm communicating the best I can to give the full room here. But I do know that 7, 8, 9, we're saving ourselves a lot of time and space and energy by not externalizing the things that we don't want to see in this illusion. They're always going to be there, especially in these days to come when people will be made known, 1717, the times when they've been unaware of themselves. Like, we've all wanted this, right, collective? We wanted this space for people to see themselves in the way we've had to become ourselves, right? Which is, we've fallen into a sense of unknown, whether that is like, for example, the black sheep runs into a place that is unknown to them, driven by their feeling or their desire to see and feel something more than what they've constantly been shown or have witnessed in their past life. So with that essence of wonder, naturally will always be a dual realm. Anything could happen, but what controls what happens is your stem of creation, your own investment in its belief. What do you hold tight to? What's the thought processes that you hold on to? Those are the ones that you don't see. It's the mirroring that's happening here that we don't see. Okay, it's the mirroring. We do live in the world of mirrors, right? And we've been in denial of that in our past, but we won't be doing that in our future. We'll always look at things around us and start to see how it can be a part of who we are today. Yeah. We'll be blocked until we can do that. And that's just the mastering of our own emotion. Oh, there you go. So this is like two different daddies coming together and saying, you know what? I like the way you raised your child, and I like the way you raise your child. Perhaps we can work on something, right? This is the two sons coming together, the two different types of, this is the two different type of drive, right? Two different vehicles, but both drive. They're working together and they're sharing their similarities. They're also sharing their weaknesses. Two dads. You know what? I've been through this too. I'm going through this too. What's worked for you? This has worked for me. What's worked for you? This is necessary. This is why living in a realm of duality isn't as bad as we think it is, collective. After all, it helps our body function, right? We talk and we shit. We excrete as much as we take in, or else we'd be some full of shit ass people. You know, let's be real. So, I don't know. It's the best I can do, the best way I can put it. But let's go ahead and grab a goddess angel message before we dip out of this reading that I feel like I've been entirely myself too much in. It's the very frank nature of the King of Swords. But I think it's now met with a sense of deep love and compassion for its fixed mentality. I always got that, you know, that we tend to be heartless individuals, just heartless Aquarians. And I'm speaking of, but if you happen to be someone who is high vibrational in the age of Aquarius, you may come across too with this sense of judgment, even though you've never really judged others. You've just been fixed on a very high state of mental awareness that others have been drawn to you to ascend to. They're now receiving you now with a deep sense of love and compassion, and that's very good to see. Okay? They admire how much you love and how deep you love, collective. They see it. They feel it. It's been a long time coming. The goddess angel that wants to support this reading. Who is the goddess angel that wants to support the reading? Cannot believe I'm going to post this reading. I really don't care what I look like online these days. But I promise, I do feel like I'd be avenged at some point. My sensitivity, guys. Let's see. It's heart chakra awareness. I've been seeing amongst the collective. Our